been a couple hours since I made the stream, and taking the time to think. Because goddamn, I've been watching Desert Eagle, I've been watching Nitro Freak, I've been watching Joey Shakes, I've been watching all the guys on YouTube. I watched Copizzle freak out about the Cowboys and the Eagles making the playoffs. Now he has to worry about these two teams potentially making a run. And oh man, guys, today was a very good day. A very good day indeed. We got to say to the Vikings fans who beat us by a measly 2 points and thought they were hot shit a couple of weeks ago, when they were, at week 14, specifically. Oh, favorites to win the Seed 6. One of the more dangerous teams in the postseason picture as of right now. Blah, blah, blah. All that stuff, right? Yeah. When it comes down to it, the Vikings have a history of not getting the job done. It's just in their nature. It's why they haven't won a Super Bowl. It's just in their DNA. It's just in the organization from the ground up, from the foundation of their new stadium that we won a Super Bowl in. It's just how it is. It's just the way that life is, and they can, they can skull all they want. They can cheer for their team. The look on their faces, the fan base's faces, when they were watching the Bears barely putting any effort, with backups getting to Kirk Cousins' face in desperation mode when he's trying to get down the field and score a quick touchdown, made my day. More than just watching our offense score 24 points and our defense shut out a crappy Redskins team that has nothing to play for at this point. They're just praying for Jay Gruden to get fired, but that's all besides the point. The Bears gave us one of the best late Christmas gifts, New Year gifts, whatever you want to call it, one of the best gifts in general, by knocking out of all the teams their own division rival. They did not. I said it. They don't want to play them twice in back-to-back weeks because that could be the most dangerous thing, and not to mention it's very annoying playing a division rival back-to-back weeks, regardless who it is. Playing the same one twice in 3 weeks is bad enough. Doing it back-to-back weeks is not fun. And of course, the NFL, I don't think they would allow that to happen because, well, that would just suck for ratings. No one wants to watch the same game twice in a row. That's just fact. We're not in baseball. We're not here to watch a series of two teams battling it out for 3 to 4 days. We're not trying to see that. Looking ahead now, Nick Foles has bruised ribs. Should be A-okay for the playoff game next week. Our entire, minus everything else, no one got hurt today. Offensively, defensively, everything's okay. Everybody's fine. With that being said, this team is the hottest team right now. As far as momentum, as far as how well they fought to get to where they are. Sure, the Saints right now, I know they have a bye week, same with the Rams, but they sat their players today. You don't even give them at all the time to a chance to play the game that they're meant to play, that they're paid to play. Sure, I know they have the week 1 bye, but we didn't even do that last year when we were the number 1 seed. We played a quarter and a half with our starters in, I believe, even though it was mostly because Nick Foles was struggling trying to find a rhythm. But even with that, we still had our starters in there. And winning your last game of the season, whether it's a do-or-die situation like us, whether it's a meaningless game, that can also drive your momentum. That can also push you further. That's why the Cowboys today, I feel like I don't want to compliment a division rival that I despise with all my being, but they did it right fighting to win today against the New York Giants. The Giants have nothing to play for. They're just playing the game to play the game, and hey, they managed to come back. They managed to win the game. That's going to help drive them through the playoffs, especially if they manage to beat the Seahawks, which I'll talk about later this week. I doubt that they'll do that because it's the Seahawks, okay? Russell Wilson's a freaking machine. He will manage to get all over that field, make the big-time throws, make the big-time plays that he needs to. The Seahawks minus the Eagles are probably the only other team that I would fear if I was any other opposing team, because Eagles, 3 straight wins. Nick Foles is doing his magic. The defense is shredding offensive lines, stopping the run, forcing people to throw the ball, getting to quarterbacks, and making turnovers happen. And just in all aspects of the game the last 2 weeks, the Eagles have been, or last 3 weeks, I should say, the Eagles have been dominating again. And 5% chance to make the playoffs. That's what, ESPN analysts said after we lost to the Dallas Cowboys. 5% chance of us making the playoffs. And here we are. Here we are, defying all the odds again. People are doubting us. Guess what? We're doing what we do best, and that is defy the odds, surprise people, tell them we're not done yet. We're done when we say we are, and that's when we are back in the damn Super Bowl, okay? Okay. Nick Foles, though, I'm proud of the guy. I love the guy. You know how I feel. You guys know how I feel about Carson and Foles. I don't prefer either one of them. I just stick with the facts. Carson's our future. I'm going to stick with our future. He has a lot of upside. He's younger. He's stronger. He just needs to stay healthy. Needs to be less aggressive and all that stuff. But again, that's stuff to talk about once we're done our season. We're not done yet. Next week against the Bears, Nick Foles is going to lead us to victory again. Okay? I 100% believe that this team will win against the Bears. Khalil Mack, that entire secondary that they got, that entire defense that they got, that's the biggest thing about the Bears. Their defense is freaking fantastic. They have one of the better defenses in the league, but, there's a but, it's a big but. I believe that we'll do just what we need to, just enough to win this game. The thing that the Eagles have over this team in the Bears is experience. This coach, Coach Navi, he's an Andy Reid guy. Doug Peterson's an Andy Reid guy. The only thing Doug Peterson has over Navi is the experience of being in big-time matches. Why do you think Doug Peterson helped Nick Foles as a coach win these last 3 games? Must-win games that you need to win to keep your season alive. You're hanging by a thread, and we managed to get it done. Last year was the same scenario in the playoffs with a backup quarterback who struggled in the divisional round, I should say. And then you saw what he did after that. I'm just saying, the upside definitely goes to the Eagles, despite being on the road, despite all of the adversity, with a thin secondary. Dude, the secondary, Avonte Maddox has been phenomenal. Malcolm Jenkins has been on fire the entire season, playing the most consistent out of all of our secondary. And of course, returning people like Tim Jernigan, Jordan Hicks off of his calf injury. This defense is the healthiest it's been since week 2 of the season, when we got Hicks back and when right before we lost Rodney McLeod. This team can do it again. This team has what it takes. And at the end of the day, Cowboys thought they ended our season. They thought that we were done. Hell, I thought we were done for a second until I made a video to you guys saying the wild card is still open for us. Because it is. Because it was. And we took what we shouldn't have. We just took it. That's what we've been doing to get here. Stealing everything that's necessary for us to steal in order to make it to the postseason. And I have all the faith in the world in Nick Foles. I have all the faith in the world in the returning Darren Sproles. I have all the faith in the world for our Pro Bowl tight end Zach Ertz, rookie tight ends Dallas Goedert, a couple of the best wide receivers that you can name in Golden Tate, Alshon Jeffrey, one of the good younger wide receivers in Alshon Jeffrey. I just said Alshon Jeffrey. That's how much I like him. Nelson Aguilar, who had a really good game today against the Redskins, and so on. You know, the offensive line is as healthy as can be, and if Jason Peters goes down, which I hope he doesn't because he played pretty dang well today, minus a couple of false starts, Vaitai can do the job. He helped win us the Super Bowl last year. Not to mention our defense is led by some veterans in Chris Long, Malcolm Jenkins, Fletcher Cox, and so on. And of course, Michael Bennett, who's just been completely tearing it up. With, 9 sacks on the year? I'm just saying, man. You cannot underestimate the Philadelphia Eagles. You cannot look at what we've done this year. Sure, it's a 9-7 record. Sure, the stats aren't great. Sure, the injuries have piled up. But you can't look at us and say, for a second straight year, that we are not impressive. That we have not done everything that we've needed to do in order to get here, and that the upside is on us right now. The momentum is on our side, and at the end of the day, we are probably the most dangerous team headed into the wild card race this weekend. That's just my opinion. I believe it's fact. Let me know what you guys think about the Eagles and how they took care of business, how they applauded the Chicago Bears for knocking out the frauds that are the Minnesota Vikings, led by crappy crap Kirk Cousins. And what do you think about the Bears? Because, again, I'm going to break down the game in more depth later this week, talk more about the Cowboys and Seahawks game as well. But let me know what you guys think. Do you think we're going to win? Because I sure as hell do. I'll see you guys later. Have a great day, guys. Happy New Year. Peace out.